Okay, so welcome back. Quickly, let's look at what we have here. Now, under this particular slide, we are asked to create a new column called ARC underscore N underscore full, which is National Annual Rate of Change. So let's look at it. Now, when we create this one, we are asked to calculate the determine. Okay, sorry, let me take it again. Create a new column called this in the original data sheet that determines, say, if the country names are the same and that both word base and rounded features for that country are greater than 99% for both years. Return full access if it is true. So the explanation is given here. You can see the formula down here. Let's go to our sheet and look at what it is, because sometimes when you see this, it gets scary. You don't understand what is going on here. But the sheet actually makes it much, much easier. Let's go and look at it. So I've inserted the three columns and fully named them. They are all here. You can see the three. Now I'm starting from here. That is what we are asked to do. I did all three because if you go to the base of the slide, you'll see that you are asked to create for R and then U as well. So I added everything at once and then I flew. Okay, so when I click here, you can already see that I've put in some formula, which is a replica of what the slide is asking us to do. So here we are asked to use the if and the end function, and we know what the end function does. So what we have written here simply means if and then end. The end means that there are two possibilities that we are looking at, but both of them will have to be true. So the first one we look at is if this cell, that is the name here and the name here, if they are equal. That's the first thing. Now I introduce the dollar sign or the stop sign so that when I drag it on the right to fill the other two cells, it will not shift to another column. So I'm stopping the A column. So, and then I leave this one. So I have an absolute reference here, and then I have a mixed relative reference also in there, or mix and then relative reference also there. So that is done here. Then the second part is saying if the word base n, the first one is equal to 100, and if the second one is also equal to 100, this is what we have here. Then what do we have to return? Full access. But if it is not true, what does he have to return? We put nothing over there. So it means that it will return nothing, just an empty space. So the if formula is supposed to be in three parts. The first part separated by a comma, the second one separated by a comma, and then the third part. So you can see that there are only two commas over here, this one and then that one in the bigger if bracket. But then this whole thing here is for the end function. Now, if we enter, we see that here it's not returning anything because you put space over there. This also contains the next formula. You can see it over there. It's referring to G, and this one is also here referring to what? H. We have them here, F, G, H. So you can see it, F there, G, and H. Okay, so now once we have the formulas down like we have done, just highlight on these cells and then double click to autofill all the way to the down. This is what we have. So you can see it is showing us the areas where we have full access all the way down to the last cell. Let's go back and